Fifi Mangaka here. Kishōtenketsu, the golden egg of East Asian narrative structure. You might have heard about it from watching Ghibli films or reading manga. It's a narrative structure which is made up of 4 distinct acts. Ki, introduction, Shō, development, Ten, twist, and Ketsu, conclusion. Each act serves a purpose, contributing to the overall narrative development. Unlike Western structures, with their emphasis on conflict and resolution, Kishōtenketsu brings the audience into the world of the main characters and eventually winds them into unexpected twists that unfold in a way that delight and surprise. This video is your Kishōtenketsu 101. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about this incredibly unique storytelling structure. Let's start. Ki. Ki introduces the audience to the setting, characters, and initial situation. It sets the stage for the story to come. Here, you also include any info that's important for readers to know in order for them to make sense of your story. Instead of immediately diving into conflict or tension, Ki allows the audience to become acquainted with the story's foundations. Shō. You take the foundational elements that you've created, like the characters and setting, and then you expand on them. Develop your characters, dive deeper into their personalities and motivations. You explore your world without introducing any major conflicts or twists. Let the readers get acquainted with just who and what everything is. 10. This is where everything you've established gets turned on its head. In 10, a new element to the story is introduced that completely rattles the foundation of your story. 10 disrupts any previously established harmony and introduces a new level of tension that surprises the audience. Ketsu. The return of harmony. The world that was established in Ki and Shō finds some kind of conclusion with the twists that occurred in Ten. Ten becomes part of the structure of the world. The resolution in Ketsu may not at all be what the audience had in mind or what they expected initially, but it's that feeling that leaves a lasting impact. Now, if you're familiar with the Western 3-act structure, this structure may look very different to you. The Western 3-act structure follows this pace. Act 1. Here, we set everything up. The setting, the characters, and most importantly, this is where the inciting incident takes place, or basically, the stakes are established here. Already different from Ki in Kishōtenketsu, Act 1 usually will let the reader know as soon as possible who or what the antagonist, or even sometimes the big bad is. Act 2. Confrontation. This is generally where major conflict takes place along with crisis after crisis that our main characters have to work through. Usually there's an ever-increasing buildup here, and we may even see our main character at their absolute most lowest point ever in the story. Act 3. The story comes to an end after wrapping up the major conflict, usually involving and beating some sort of villain or big bad. When placed side by side, we see that Kishōtenketsu relies heavily on developing setting and characters in the first 2 acts, Ki and Shō. We form connections to the characters and learn about the world they belong to. Conversely though, in the 3-act structure, it places a strong emphasis on conflict, with rising action and a central climax that heighten the tension of the story. It basically follows a cause and effect trajectory, which leads the audience through a series of obstacles and resolutions. So, in order to kind of better visualize how different these two are and make some better sense of Kishōtenketsu, let's look at a popular Studio Ghibli film to see just how it plays out narratively. Potential spoiler warning. This will be a super high-level breakdown without going into detail so that I don't spoil this incredible movie for you. We're going to talk about Kiki's delivery service. In Kiki's delivery service, Kiki is a young witch who just turned 13. In turning 13, she's ready to embark on an independent year of witch training to fine-tune her witch powers. She heads off on her flying broom to a town named Koriko and tries to establish herself as a resident witch. Let's see how the plot follows the Kishōtenketsu structure. Ki. Kiki is introduced as well as another major protagonist, Tombo. As for the setting, the city of Koriko is introduced as well. Shō. Kiki's traits and characteristics are revealed to us in greater detail. She's shown to be an incredibly hard worker, whilst Tombo is revealed to be an aviation aficionado. 10. A major incident happens which throws Kiki's coming-of-age journey on its head. Something major also happens to Tombo that places him in danger too. Ketsu. Those twists are resolved and Kiki is able to save Tombo. You can really get a sense for how much time the viewer spends understanding Kiki, Tombo, and the city of Koriko. By the time 10 arrives, it throws that harmony on its head and the viewer becomes increasingly invested in its resolution. And this is why Kishōtenketsu is such a powerful narrative structure. It strengthens emotional connections between the main characters and the audience, and it brings you into their world. It's that connection which makes every resulting twist and turn that much more impactful. If Kiki's delivery service was written in the 3-act structure instead, the movie might have started with that major incident that throws Kiki's coming-of-age journey on its head, and the movie may then have revolved around how Kiki tries to overcome it. But in following Kishōtenketsu, the audience is given enough time to feel empathy and understanding towards Kiki, Tombo, and a greater understanding of the city of Koriko before anything major takes place. Once we form that initial connection, everything else that happens afterward impacts us just that much more greatly. I believe characters are the most important part of a story. They drive the story forward in every way. You follow them through their ups and downs, all the way to the conclusion of their journey. The more compelling that they are, the more impactful their story is to you. Now, combine this with Kishōtenketsu, where Ki and Shō give you room to really develop your characters, setting, and create an environment that the audience can fall in love with right before you hit them with a major twist. I think it's truly a powerful combination. A story driven not by some initial terrible event or exceptionally bad villain is one that draws the audience in because of the characters and the setting that we connect to. There's some real authentic longevity in that, and it's the reason why I think you should try Kishōtenketsu in your own works too. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'm Fifi Mangaka, and I talk all about lore, literary techniques, character design, and everything in between as I develop my own manga, Yol Treehouse. And I'll see you next time. Bye!